What is going on, New York Giant fans? Welcome back to another Roster Bubble Series video. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or video drops. Pre-show coming back. Share this out. Again, do all of the good stuff. So in these Roster Bubbles videos that we have been doing on the daily, I take a player that's on the roster bubble. I talk about their background. I talk about their competition. I talk about how they could win a spot on the roster and how they could lose a spot on the roster as well. And today we're going to talk about Tomon Fox. Now let's talk about Tomon Fox, 26 years old, 6'2", 245. He was undrafted free agent by the New York Giants out of UNC in 2022, and he made a couple of nice plays in the preseason, notably a hit. I think it was on Trent Taylor or Trent Irwin. It was like a really big hit to end the game against the Bengals in the preseason. And he also, actually, no, I don't think he got a sack, but he made that big play. And he was pretty much impressing throughout the entire training camp period, which got him a roster spot. And he also got credited with the first Giant sack of the season on Ryan Tannehill against the Tennessee Titans. And then pretty much from there, he played 16 games. One start, again, that was for Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari when they got injured. 24 tackles, one quarterback hit, 3 TFLs, and 5 pressures. So you move to the next season, and they still have a pretty weak room. You still got Tibbs, you still got Ojulari, but you don't really have a fortified backup. And Tomon Fox comes in, he loses. He loses, and he gets waived but re-signed, and he is activated for one game. He makes one tackle. He plays 19 snaps on defense, and he plays 12 snaps on special teams. And in the 2023 preseason, I was a little puzzled to see why he didn't make the roster if it wasn't going to be Habakkuk Baldonado, because he had 3 quarterback hits, 6 tackles, 2 TFLs, a pass deflection, and a sack. That was better than most of the pass rushers that the New York Giants had on the back end. But nonetheless, he didn't make it, and here we are. And I feel like with a lot more playing time, he still has some backup potential, which is really what the New York Giants need. So who is he facing in this competition? Ovi Ogufo, who I'm probably pronouncing the name wrong, but undrafted free agent from LSU. You got Boogie Basham, who the New York Giants traded for from the Bills last season. More of a run stopper, but obviously we didn't see a lot of that last season. And Benton Whitley, who is just a linebacker. A lot of special teams play for him, but we don't really know what he is because I believe he was undrafted free agent in 2022. How can he win? Health is number one. He really hasn't had a problem with health, but health is always in there, right? Special teams. Special teams, I think, could definitely be big for him. There's a lot of different guys that are going to make the roster because of special teams, especially in this new scheme by Michael Gabriel. And Tomon Fox has played his fair share of special teams, whether it's on punt returns or kickoffs, or this, that, and the third. And again, the new kickoff rule is going to change a lot of different things for a lot of different guys in terms of making the roster and not making the roster. But when it comes to his legitimate role, that's going to be edge rusher 4. It looks like as you got Ojulari, you got Tibbs, you got Brian Burns, setting the edge and preseason camp production. I think before you even get to the logistics of the game, preseason camp production, he can't have a quiet camp. He has to have a camp where it's consistent production. You know, he's not winning every rep, but he's getting the best of maybe Evan Neal or Josh Azudu or some of the backup tackles that the New York Giants have. You can't make the tackles look better than they are. That's just facts, right? You won't be able to scale the running game until you get to the preseason. And Tomon Fox does a decent job of setting the edge. It's not great, but the New York Giants do need a backup edge rusher who sets the edge and plays the run really well. We know the top 2 guys. Ojulari doesn't do it well. He really hasn't played run defense well in the course of his NFL career. Tomon Fox is probably the closest thing you'll get to that because Basham, no. Benton Whitley, no. And Ogufo, well, we'll get into him in another video. So health, special teams, setting the edge, preseason camp production as a pass rusher. How can you lose? Injuries, lack of special teams. I think that could definitely play a role because if Benton Whitley gets a sack, and maybe they have the same amount of sacks, but the X factor is special teams, then Benton Whitley could possibly win, and that's what they think. And also for everybody else other than Ogufo, it's a new defensive scheme. So Shane Bowen could decide, hey, this guy makes it because, this, that, and the third. And they also have a new outside linebackers coach will hopefully, enhance their production rather than suppress it, if you will. So lack of special teams, playmaking, injuries, quiet camp. He cannot afford a quiet camp. In my opinion, this is just 3 times the charm. Strike 3, right? I mean, I know he made the roster the first time around, but that was really with a depleted room. Last year was a depleted room. He didn't make the roster. So I think this is his final cut. If he has a good preseason, if he's got solid reps, cool. He makes the roster. If he doesn't do all that stuff, if he's quiet, if he doesn't have enough special teams usage or playmaking, whatever, he doesn't make the roster. So again, how can he win? Health, special teams, setting the edge, preseason camp production. How can he lose? Injuries, lack of specials, playmaking, and quiet camp. I unfortunately have him getting cut. I just don't see the Giants, for some reason, believing in him. I feel like he has a lot of potential as a backup, and I know that's, an oxymoron, if you will. But I don't know what Ogufo is going to bring. I don't have much faith in Boogie Basham. And Ben Whitley's mainly a special teamer, and I don't know if he could do, anything outside of play specials and be in that role if Ojulari gets hurt when he's on the field. So I have Tomon Fox, unfortunately, being cut. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or drops. Appreciate you coming back. Peace out, guys. See you later, and stay cool.